weekly virtual Big B Meetup. Big B Meetup is a community outreach initiative founded in 2018 in Qatar. And in April 2020, the pandemic brought about its virtual edition. It is inspired by the people of Qatar, both local and expatriate, and dedicated to my mother. It aims to inform, to educate, to inspire, and bring communities together. Today, we are going back to school, not just any school, but eco schools. Our tutors are Cristina, Ruba, and Fatima. Ahlan wa sahlan, ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Indeed.
If we'd like to start with Cristina, if you could just give us a short introduction, Cristina, then we go to Ruba and then Fatima, please.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Cristina Paulo, and I am an art teacher and a photographer in the International School of London in Qatar. I used to live in London, and then I moved to Qatar last September. Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Lovely.
Nice to meet you.
Ruba?
Hello, I'm Ruba Hinawi. I'm from Qatar Green Building Council. I work as a technical specialist there. And I look for the technical programs of Qatar Green Building Council, like Eco Schools and Eco Campus.
Fantastic, Ruba. And Fatima, if you'd like to introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Fatma. I work for Friends of Nature under Flower Each Spring program, which is an environmental NGO, and I've been in the environmental field for 11 years.
Oh, lovely. Doesn't seem like that, but fantastic. Coming back to you, Ruba, when did your eco journey begin?
So I don't want to look old, but I started, I'm from architecture background, and I'm an architect. And after practicing for a while architecture, I started getting more interest in green buildings and green building rating systems, and in the built environment, greening the built environment in general. And in 2009, I joined early Jordan Green Building Council, and we're one of the, let's say, founding people of the Jordan Green Building Council. And then when I moved to Qatar, I continued the journey and joined Qatar Green Building Council as well. I was a member in the education interest group, and until I joined them officially and become a full-time, they're working.
Hang on a minute, yeah, just a second. I'm getting a feedback. Fatima, have you put on the computer? I mean, are you hearing it from another source also?
Yeah, I've increased the volume because I can barely hear her, so I increased the volume. Should I reduce that?
Just a bit, just a wee bit. When you are speaking, then we can put you. We can increase your volume.
Okay,
because I'm
so this is okay
feedback.
right now?
Yeah, it's fine because I was getting a feedback. That's why.
Sorry.
Okay, perfect, lovely, no worries. Sorry, Ruba, you can continue.
No, so this was in general. I started with green building councils, whether in Jordan and in Qatar. And the beauty is with working with Qatar Green Building Council that I started like somehow shifting from the green belt environment only, or focusing on only the green belt environment and the greening the spaces, into working on bringing sustainability and education and awareness to occupants of these spaces. So it's more like greening people. And this
fantastic.
this is mainly the focus of the Eco Schools and the Eco Campus and outlet programs, is to combine both the green belt environment with the sustainability-minded occupants.
Okay, so I believe you hold the green key to eco schools at Qatar Green Building Council. That's a big key you have there. Lovely. Can you dive head on into this and give us an explanation, educate us on the Green Building Council's eco campus programs and the eco schools and the green key?
Yes, it's a nice way to put them together. Both Eco Schools, Eco Campus, Green Key, they are all part of the Foundation for Environmental Education, which is FEE. They are all part of their programs. And we as Qatar Green Building Council, we are the national operators for these programs, Green Key, Eco Schools, and Eco Campus. And so what we do is that we try, as I've mentioned before, is to bring this sustainability on both the environmental education with the efficiency and the sustainable operation of these spaces. So do you like me to give an idea about the Eco School program?
Yeah, I mean, you have three things to talk about: the green key, the green
Yeah.
campus. So if we can touch upon one topic now, and then we will
Okay.
move on to Fatima and Christina, and then come
Yeah.
back to you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the Eco Schools and the Eco Campus programs are similar, like in the way they are, we run them. Both, as I told you, are part of fee programs, and Eco Schools actually is the largest program and the oldest when it comes to environment for sustainable development. It's been there since 1994, so it's 26-year-old program. We have
Oh
the
wow.
engagement of, yes, more than 19 million students all over the world, and more than
Wow.
57,000 schools all over the world. Yes. Here in Qatar, we started in 2018, and so far we have 30 registered schools, and we have 6 Green Flag awarded schools as well. So when we say Green Flag, this means that they already finished 2 years of working on the Eco School program, and they are now awarded the Green Flag.
Excellent. How many
The
schools do you have? Sorry.
Yes, we
Sorry.
have here in Qatar 30 registered schools so far. Yeah,
Okay.
the main goal of the Eco School program is to provide students. It is a totally student-led program, and it is the main goal is to empower students with environmental education so that they can lead real projects, real life projects, and lead their the greening journey of their school to improve their school environments and to bring education and awareness to their peers and to other students as well. So it's a very engaging and ongoing process. It's not like an initiative that you launch in relation to a certain event like Earth Day or a certain season or so. No, it is how to embed and integrate sustainability into day-to-day life, whether it's in a school or in the campus.
Fantastic. And how do we get, well, how do you get a green flag? What do you do in those 2 years to get a green flag?
Okay, so it's very interesting that it is not something that you need to do. It's more like a journey. It's the Eco School program like stands on two pillars. One is we call it the 12 themes, which are the topics that students need to tackle at their school ground to improve the environment. And these themes are very beautifully aligned with the SDGs. So you are contributing then also globally to achieving the SDGs in 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals. And the themes varies from energy, water, to health and well-being, transport. All are these topics that students will learn more about and learn the science behind them and work towards improving them. And the other pillar is using we call it 7-step methodology or framework, so that it's like really a teaching tool. That's how you teach students in very important skills, like how to identify a problem, critical thinking, how to find solutions and set action plans. How do they need to get to their targets and goals? And then eventually how they can monitor and evaluate their progress and engage and involve everyone. So it starts in a classroom, but it usually goes beyond the classroom to the halls, to the school, to the neighborhood, to the back to their homes, and then to include the whole community as well.
Lovely. So are you the sole architect of this program, or do you have other colleagues and teammates who help you in this?
Okay, so you know Qatar Green Building Council very well. We do not, we are a very small team, and we all work together we work on all the programs together to achieve this is a very common vision that we all try to work hard and commonly work with. So it's not all my work, it's a teamwork.
Excellent. I love the answer. Thank you so much. We will come back to you to know more about the Eco Campus program and the Green Key. And also, we would like to talk about Sustainability Week. because I think that is also very, very important because that's my favorite week of the year. Although I say
Yeah.
sustainability week should be every week. Yeah. Christina, it's a pleasure and honor to have you as a guest here, as with Ruba and Fatima.
Thank
But
you.
especially Christina, because she is relatively new to Doha, as she said. So, how do you like this beautiful country, Christina?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I've been in Doha for 7 months now, and I love Doha. I mean, I love the weather. I love people. I mean, so many things about Doha. And I'm learning Arabic, which is
Oh,
really, really hard. Really, really hard.
wow.
Yeah.
Mashallah, fantastic. That's very
And
nice to
also,
know.
I joined some pottery courses to know about the local culture and the local style. So I'm trying my best to learn as much as possible about Qatar and the um, the culture around it.
It's easy to like the weather here, Christina, especially coming from London.
Yes, I mean, I was born in Brazil, and but I lived in London many years. But I love the heat, and I mean, I love going to India, as you know, and I love the heat. For me, the hotter the better.
Okay,
So I mean,
lovely.
I love Qatar, and I didn't know I was going to like so much.
Oh, that's fantastic. Uh, Christina, you have so many roles to play at the International School of London, from visual artist to research institute to eco schools. Can you give us a gist about what exactly you do at these different roles? We'd like to know.
Yes, I mean, I've been working in this International School of London in London for over 25 years, where I was
Wow.
the head of arts, visual arts, and before I used to be the head of design, then the service learning coordinator. Service learning is a program is an outreach program where we connect what the students learn in the school with the real life experiments, like the eco schools and other projects. And the research institute is a institute that we're just starting here. Um, they did in London, where the students from early age, from grade 6 to grade 8 mainly, they learn how to research the level of master degrees. Um, and here, I used to do lots of projects in London with related to service learning. So we went to India about 13 times, and where we connected with local schools for underprivileged girls, and also a school for children of cerebral palsy in
Oh,
Jaipur and Pushkar.
oh, fantastic. That's nice. That's
And
very nice to know.
the connection I make with those projects and the eco schools and the sustainability is that we have to think as especially now with COVID, which has enhanced the inequality. And so I think the now we have much more problems with schools that are already they had so many needs beforehand. And in India, we used, as a visual art teacher, we used music and art to connect to the people. So we prepared the students in London for throughout the year. They learn about the India culture, the politics, geography. We danced. We learn how to dance Bollywood.
Oh,
Yeah, because
fantastic.
we could communicate. We couldn't communicate to the children there because they speak Hindi, we speak English, but through music and through art, we could communicate. And we have developed trust throughout those years. And for me, it was a very important project.
Wow, this is very interesting. You've been to my home country 13 times, and Jaipur is close to the city I studied in. Actually, I studied in Rajasthan. I was in a boarding school there in the 80s, late 80s. I won't give you the year, but it's okay. Yeah, but when did your eco schooling begin at ISL? When did your journey as in eco schooling begin, Christina?
In ISL Qatar, I started.
ISL, actually ISL London, if possible, because
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think you have.
ISL London, we did lots of projects related to environment within the art and design program. And we joined a school in Norway that it was already part of the Green Flag School. And they
Oh,
came over and we did projects in the local park. And we try to enhance the curriculum with where the students could go to the local park and find materials that they could create with, inspired by the work of the artist Andy Goldsworth. He uses natural objects to create his work. So inspired by his
Fantastic.
work, we did lots of projects with the students.
Lovely.
And in Qatar, I met Ruba about a month ago or 2 months ago.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, and because I'm new, I've only been here for 7 months, so it took me time to get to know everybody but we joined the program, and we are in the early stages of the program. We chose from the 12 topics, we chose biodiversity, waste, and the school grounds. And
Excellent.
in one of the projects that very much connect to biodiversity is the forest school, which I can talk later about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, very well. From eco schools to Cristina, let's go to eco kids. Yeah. Now, eco kids is something I like very much. It's because it's my friend Fatima who runs it. Fatima, you are the face of Flower Each Spring. Would you say that? With all due respect to Dr. Saif.
Right. I think Dr. Safe is the face of a flower spring.
Yeah, he's
But
the
then
face
again,
of
he wears many hats.
exactly. That's what. Yeah, he's the face of environment in Qatar. I mean, he is actually he's been. I mean, when I was in school, I still remember him in as an environmentalist, and yeah, and so you being the face of Flower Each Spring, I particularly like what you've been doing during COVID. But I would like to know it from you. Tell me about Eco Kids, and tell us about the Flower Each Spring, the oldest environmental NGO in Qatar. Yeah,
Yes, it is. It is.
please. And
So,
yeah.
so A Flower is Spring is a program under Her Highness Sheikh Moza bin Nasser, and it's been active since 1999. Recently, in 2016, it became a member of Qatar Foundation by joining Quranic
Oh,
Botanical Garden, and because it had the same objectives. The idea of the A Flower Each Spring program is annually Her Highness will select a local plant or flower or tree, plant, flower, and we will campaign around the flower, and we would educate the people, the schools, the community about these plants, because there's so many flowers, almost more than 300 local plants and flowers that
wow,
not a
wow.
lot of people are aware of. And so far we are on the 23rd edition, so we still have a long way to go. And so with this program, we also have a scientific field trip, but I don't know if you want me to talk about this right now or maybe later on.
I want, yeah, a little later on, but I want you to talk about whatever you want to talk
The
about.
Echo Kids. Okay, so with the program, with the Flower Age Spring program, we have so many other programs underneath it. We have programs like We Love the Sea, which concentrates on the sea life, the marine life,
Oh, wow.
and educating children about that. We have the My Country Birds that concentrates on local birds, and we educated children on that as well. And what else? Let me see. We have so many programs.
That's
We
fantastic. Yeah.
also have the Echo Kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I didn't
Okay.
know that. I must admit, I only knew about Flower Each Spring. I didn't know about the other programs that Flower Each Spring have. That's fantastic. I'd
Oh
like to talk
no, we
about.
have so many, including we also have a program that's active during the Ramadan. It's called the Green Tent, My Country Tree, where we educate children. We take them out, they go plant, and they learn about these trees. So
Fantastic.
it's so many programs.
Very nice. So
So
I would like to actually invite. Sorry, I'd like to actually invite you, Fatima, and connect you with Christina, because, with all due respect, I mean, Ruba's already connected because maybe Qatar Green Building Council are out there more often or out there. But I love what you guys are doing. That's one of the
thank you.
strategic reasons I have you here speaking. I had to coax you a little bit. I had to coax you a little bit but here you are. I'm so happy and proud. Let's
Thank
go back.
you.
Let's go back to Ruba and let us know. She's holding that key in her hand and she's not letting us know about
Yeah.
it.
No. The Green Key is one of also our programs that we started before even the Eco Schools and Eco Campus, and it is dedicated to greening the hospitality sector. We all know that the hospitality sector is one of the main contributors to climate change and to climate emissions. So it is a very important sector, and with the Green Key, we're trying to bring the education and awareness plus some strategies and techniques to bringing more sustainability and more efficient operation to the hotels. And actually, it's not only for hotels; it's the whole hospitality sector. So it includes hotels, it includes restaurants, convention centers, attractions like museums, and so all those entities comes under a hospitality sector. So
Oh,
yeah, so
so
this
is
all.
that what I've been seeing all around these past few weeks on Instagram, where you've been holding a green key with all the hotels, with Ritz
Yes.
Carlton and a couple of other
Yes,
hotels?
exactly. Now we have 10 hotels that are certified with Green Key, and we've been working. And you know that we are hosting now the FIFA World Cup in 2022, and the hospitality
Yeah.
sector is now as it contributes to as we are expecting actually around 1.5 million visitors to come here to Qatar. So the
Yeah.
hospitality sector is a very important area that we should
Yeah.
and
True.
start focus on and bringing green practices and strategies too. And this
Yeah.
is what, if you just go to our website, you will find a publication that is totally dedicated to green hospitality. It gives a very thorough understanding about the concept in general worldwide, and then a focus on Qatar and with more best practices from our Green Key hotels, so that to inspire the other hotels to follow their steps. We've been also now working with QNTC, with the Supreme Committee, because we all now are aware of the importance of the sector. So we all are working to bringing this awareness and education. We're hosting now a series of workshops. We finished one, and we'll have one at the end of this month on the 29th of March, and
Okay.
another one in late May, early June. And they are all dedicated to hear and listen from the whoever is working on the field on this sector, to share their challenges and to try to find solution to overcome these challenges, and to propose let's say best practices, and to actually identify different stakeholders and put them together on the same table to talk, to try to find solutions. And of course, ultimately, our goal all is to deliver this tournament as we promised, a carbon neutral tournament, and to leave a
Yeah.
legacy of work and a green hospitality sector as a legacy after even this tournament.
Fantastic. Yeah, the first carbon neutral World Cup, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes. I did have your colleague Shireen and Abdul Rahman from Qatar 2022 World Cup on the World Environment Beach Cleanup Day last year, and this year
yes.
we'll do something different. Coming back to Christina, Christina, what if I would say, can you plant a forest in Qatar? If I, what would you say?
Yes, of course we can. I mean, we had that same question amongst the students, because when we created the club, the Eco B Club and the Eco School Club, as Ruba said, the club has to be led by students, and the majority has to be 50% students. And we have lots of parents as well involved, teachers. We've been very lucky because the community is very active. And one of the questions was, can we build a forest in Qatar, in a desert?
Oh, so
And what's the purpose of a forest here as well? So we've been asking the students to come up with ideas for the design brief. And we have two architects as parents in the team. We have one father, one of the staff is a garden designer. And
oh,
we are
lovely.
going to have the students, primary and secondary students, um, design the ideas, what they want to have in the forest, how they want to use the space, and how often they want to use the space. We don't want it to be an outside space. We want to be a very important space where they can use the sensual learning, and as a kind of transformative learning where they can learn from the experience and develop their critical thinking. So it's a long way we are investigating native plants, as Fatima said. It's very important to have native plants because they bring the birds. They need
Yes,
less water to look after. So if you're talking about ecosystems or biodiversity, we have to be very careful. How do you construct that space? And
true.
so yes, we can. And
Yeah, I would like to know more, Christina. I'd like to know more without giving any more information. Up to you. But before that, I would like to go to Fatima and talk to her and ask her about the camp, because I would like, there's a certain synergy here where ISL and Flower Eat Spring can connect, because Fatima, if you could talk about, give us a little information, insights into the camp that you'll have up north. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we actually have a scientific field trip, an annual scientific field trip yearly to where we take the children, companies, clubs, anyone who's interested to the scientific camp, and um, and it's all for free. We provide food, we provide transportation if you don't have one, and we educate the people there on the environment. We educate them on, there's different stands, and we educate them on recycling, on how to plant, on birds, on insects, on sports and environment, on marine life, on so many things, so many things. The pearl diving heritage,
Oh, lovely.
and with each of these programs, it creates. We also create other activities like competitions and events to encourage environmental values at an early stage. So we welcome children from even kindergarten all the way to university,
Oh,
um,
lovely.
and the program. Yes.
That's lovely, I said.
Oh, okay. So we usually reach out to schools. We reach out to anyone that's interested to participate with us. The goal is to educate anyone who is interested to learn about the environment, to improve our youth on their knowledge on the environment, especially the environment in Qatar. Talking about planting a forest, the area that was located, we're right next to the beach, so the area that was located was basically dry. And what we did is we had children come and plant domestic mangroves. And now, if you see the whole environment right next to the beach, it's just filled with mangroves compared, because we're right next to the Purple Island. So you have the
Oh,
Purple Island over there, and then and this side as well, which there was no mangroves whatsoever. We had the mangroves planted, and they grow beautifully. And with that, we've seen so many birds coming in, migrating, new birds migrating. We've seen insects migrating. It's new fishes coming through in that side of the area. So
wow.
it's very
Now,
good.
can I be your host and say, could you like to invite Ruba and myself and Christina?
Love to. I would love to invite anyone. We can organize, bring everybody. Usually we have around, well, we used to have around 400 participants, 400
Wow.
participants every Saturday, and then we had to reduce it to around 200 participants per week. And we always welcome. If you participated once, you still welcome to participate again. And due
Okay.
to the pandemic, we had to cut back on the program. So we found different ways to still reach out to the community, to the children, and we're doing this with the Eco Kids program.
Lovely. Could you give us a little more information about how many Eco Kids programs you've done so far during the pandemic? Because you've been sending me, every religiously every Sunday or every Saturday, I get a message from you and you're so, you're so. I mean, you're on topic every time, and I'd like to know more about that. What are the achievements with the Eco Kids or virtual workshop so far? How many schools have you reached out to? And
Okay.
and also, since Christina is a visual artist, and you had another good friend of mine on your show, Shreya, who's a
It's wonderful.
yes, she's a lovely artist,
The
and
kids loved her.
exactly.
They had to,
I'd like,
we had to bring her back again because they're like they wanted more.
yeah, she's a wonderful environmental ambassador of Qatar. Actually, she's fantastic. But Christina, would you be interested to connect with Fatima on the Eco Kids? That's something you
Yes,
could
of course.
speak about
Yes. I would love
as a
to.
visual artist. Yeah. So,
So to
so
tell you a little bit more about Echo Kids program, the Echo Kids program is basically a summer program that's created for children to come and have hands-on activities. Create different things related to the environment, educate them on the environment using hands-on activities. But due to the pandemic, we had to, just like the whole world, we had to rely on our online screens.
yeah, yeah.
And so it became an online session, and which was actually good for us because we were able to not only connect with children in Qatar, but it spread out internationally. We've reached countries where we didn't even imagine we could reach. Example, Maldives and Madagascar,
Oh
and all
wow.
these little places, many places, Australia and so forth. So it became. It was only supposed to be for summer. However, the children did not. They just wanted it to continue, and we thought it would be best for all. So we just continued it. And so far, this coming Sunday, which will be tomorrow, will be our 38th edition of this
Oh
session.
wow. You're
So
keeping.
it'll be the 38th session of the program. Yes.
So you're
And
neck to neck with me. You're neck to neck with virtual Big B meetup. Wow.
yeah, I think yours is 39, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's fantastic. That's like Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal. Lovely.
So,
Uh,
but the program it's in Arabic and English. So on Saturday, like today, we had an Arabic session where the children learned about the insects, and then tomorrow we're going to have the English session. So it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's a beautiful session. But
yeah,
I'll give chance to the
yeah,
others, and then I'll come back to
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. No, no. What I meant was I would like you to share the details about that event for tomorrow with us tonight. Yeah, with Ruba and Christina, and hopefully tomorrow
Yes,
we'll
we'd love
we'll
to.
tune in. Yeah. Uh, Going to
Both,
Ruba.
can I add something here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear all of these initiatives and all of this work from Christina and Fatima. We are actually, Botanic Botanic Garden is a strategic partner with us, and especially on this program, the Eco Schools, as well as Kahrema Tershid. The thing that, of course, the Eco School program loves to be part of all of these initiatives, and it is actually, let's say, the overarching, and it is the big umbrella which will include all of these initiatives. Like your initiatives will beautifully be under biodiversity and climate change, and even school grounds, and same as the forest project in ISL. So all of these are initiatives and projects that can be under the umbrella of the Eco School program. So the Eco School program is more like the big picture where you have different themes and you need to tackle them. And of course, leveraging from your work and your experience in all of the fields. And this is what we really are looking for, to reach out to all of these community entities to be part of our Eco Schools. And this is why when Cristina mentioned that the Eco School program needs to be 50% or more of students, but the rest is open to you as to the community, you as experts, parents, staff, initiatives, you are all welcome to be part of any community of any school.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I found very interesting, we just joined that program a month ago, Ruba. Yeah,
Yes,
but
yeah.
And seeing Ruba came to the meeting, we of course we meet online due to COVID, and we had children from primary, children from diploma, children from MIP, and parents. And it was lovely to see the primary children explaining about the ideas, the intentions, because normally you have diploma students talking to the primary children. In that project, we had primary children explaining to the adults and to the parents, to the diploma. It was lovely to see that.
Yeah.
And we have the parents that we have on board. They're so enthusiastic and so helpful. And that they want to come every week. But we decide to separate the program and have the parents and the staff only once a month, and the students every week, because the students want to have that space for themselves as well. But the parents are so enthusiastic, and I'm going to meet them tomorrow in a separate meeting. And for the forest school, I think it's very important not only think about the school itself, but it's about what can bring to the students, how they can develop their collaboration skills, how they can develop their critical skills, and through learning about the insects or new plants, research skills. So we try to involve them in all aspects, from the design brief to maybe starting finding the space. I mean, we have the space already. We have photographed the space, and then later on we might even make it bigger. And then we want to them involved in the maintenance of because they have to have like ownership of the project. So students can keep it. They have to look after the plants. They have to look after the space because it's their own space. That's very important.
Very true. Christina, what are the timelines? If you can let us know, what are the timelines for the forest project? When do you put your when do you plant your first sapling?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we are just in the sketch stage. We have initial sketches, and last week in the meeting we discussed the initial ideas with the members of the club. Now we are bringing that idea to the whole community. So we are going to welcome lots of drawings and ideas. Then, when we have the final ideas, we are going to start building the space. We have to clear the space, make sure what have under the soil, and make sure that we can use all the materials that exist in there. And one of the
Yeah.
parents that joined us, Sashi, he works for the stadium in Luseo, and there are lots of
Okay.
materials we can connect to recycling materials, so we can
Yeah.
reuse the materials. Then the second stage is going to be start planting, and of course have to choose which kind of plants, how
Yeah.
close you can put the trees together, and because of the
True.
roots. There's so much research, and with COVID, of course, there is a limitation of how much the children can be physically involved. But we're trying to do our best. I think we're trying to use that time as a research time as much as possible. Of course, the children love to start the hands-on, but
Yeah.
now, especially now, if 30% of face-to-face classes and 70% online
Yeah.
has reduced the chance of children really having hands-on projects. But
Okay.
we are not going to give up. We still continue, and I spoke to Ruben to do our best this year, and of course, start fully hands-on in September.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for plants, I have some plants for you. There are
Oh,
different
yes.
flowering plants of Qatar. Yeah. This is a lovely. I'm sorry I'm promoting this, but I have to. It's a labor of love between. It's a labor of love between Petrotech, a petrochemical company in Qatar I used to work for nearly 20 years ago, and Flower Spring and Big B Photography. Yeah. So I produce a calendar every year, but this year we've collaborated with Flower Spring, and Dr. Saif and Fatima and team have provided us images of different indigenous flowering plants of Qatar and the what do you call it, the arid areas. So I have to give a copy to Ruba and Shireen. I have to send some to Qatar Green Building Council, and of course, Christina, you have a copy. And Fatima has many copies.
And I
I
use
do. We're
your
distributing
calendar.
them.
Sorry, I use your calendar, and one of the students in grade 10, Asil, she's designed the logo of the Eco School in Qatar, and she used the native plants from the calendar, and the logo is very interesting because she used the plant called Linoleum axilia, and she uses the it's kind of a leaf kind of format, and then she put the leaves are continents, and she kept the colors of the eco school to maroon because it's Qatar, and blue the sky. So
Oh,
it's
lovely.
everything has a meaning. The logo is designed by the students. So no, it was based on the calendar, the idea of their
Wow,
calendar.
we should
Oh
be
my
honored. I'm
God.
touched. Isn't that fantastic?
That's
A little bit of legacy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Is it
fantastic.
possible that we can see them?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. I can send you the sketches. We're just finalizing again. We brought the sketches. She brought Asil. We work with her, with the marketing director as well. Then she brought the sketches to the group, and we decided which color. Everybody gave opinion, because as Ruba said, it's a team effort. It's a community work. So
True.
everything we decide, we have to bring to the community and try to have different ideas, different opinions. And I
Yes.
asked the parents. I say, "Oh, you can comment on anything. You can give me any ideas." And I had like an email with like 10, 2 pages of ideas and suggestions.
Yeah. Well, Visal here says that it's a forest school in the desert, a wonderful initiative. Yeah, and I believe somebody else was saying that it's the first of its kind. Would that be the first of its kind, Ruba and Fatima? A forest in the school in the desert. I mean, I wouldn't call Qatar any desert anymore. Actually.
No, it's actually the idea of a forest is sometimes like we think of a forest with tall trees and so on, but it's the idea of more as Fatima mentioned. It's like either it's restoring what we already have, like all of these roundels and all of these mangroves and so, or it's the idea of choosing the right plants here in Qatar that are drought tolerant, that can nurtured in such circumstances. So they might be native plants, or we call them adaptive plants, that they can be
Okay.
adapted. And the important thing is that the concept, I'm sure Fatima knows this, the xeriscaping. It's like how to choose plants, to plant them, to sustain and support them for the first year or two, and then they can sustain themselves and they can
Yes.
grow organically and adapt to the environment. So
Talk
this is
about
the
sustainability.
yeah, and this
Um,
is the tricky part. Sometimes, yes, we need to choose some plants that we know that they are not they don't tolerate the weather for beautification reasons or in a certain areas. But usually, for large areas like forests, or when we want to plant large areas, we should come back to the native and adaptive plants.
Okay, we have a question.
um,
Now,
to
thank you, Fatima.
to add to add
Yes.
to that, I do know that I think the Minister of Municipality of the Environment, and there was an initiative, including other organizations, to plant 100 million trees. I
Yes.
think it was
It's still
1
going on.
million trees or 100 million. It was
No,
1 million. Yes,
yeah,
1
1
million
minute.
trees.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure if it's still ongoing
It
or
is. It is.
it's
it is.
yeah.
It
So
is.
I think it's a great initiative, and it would work
Absolutely.
great. And just like Miss Ruber had said, there are steps and procedures to. I mean, you can't just go and plant a tree and just expect it to just grow. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to nurture it
Yeah.
first and educate the children as well on how to, you know, allow it to grow and plant it in a proper, not just any plant, any tree, but a specific tree for the purpose of, how can I say this? A desert tree would have to go to the desert. A tree that
Yeah.
can sustain more water can go to a specific area. Depending on the
Yeah.
environment, you would plant these trees. But I think Miss Cristina, her idea is beautifully amazing. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see. I don't know if the trees are actually reaching 1 million, but and I don't know if this is an initiative only for the school, but maybe it can start out with the school and then spread out, and everybody else can just participate and join in, and maybe we can plant more a 1 million forest tree.
No.
Yeah,
The
true.
MME, the Ministry of Municipalities and Environment, they are the one who launched this initiative, and they are working on this. We can see this on in the highways and on
Yeah.
parks and residential areas. The thing is that even if these are, although they are native and adaptive, but they are here. Using the treated wastewater, and this is very important. It's also to think in a holistic way in how to maintain this, in the to reuse water, to treat water and reuse it. They are connected to the TSE line so that they are using the treated
Treated water.
water. So
Yeah.
this is also very important. So sometimes this is also for you, Ms. Christina, to think about when how you want to sustain your forest and how you can manage to do this. I heard
Yeah.
once, like from the ME, sorry, I
No, no,
heard once that
continue.
they were looking at neighborhoods and trying to connect all of the water from the mosques that are used for ablution, because it's clean water, and how they can
Wow.
redirect it and
Oh, yeah, I
connect
heard.
it to the neighborhood so that it can water the plants around the neighborhood within
That's
around,
fantastic.
yes, 300-meter or 600-meter radius.
Where was this? Where
So
was this?
this is an initiative that is now, I heard about it from the MME. I'm not sure if they started or not, but these are the whole idea is how to, if you have an idea, how to take it to the next level and think of it holistically, so that
True.
it can be sustainable.
Yeah. Coming back, just let me. There's a question from the audience here. Mari V TV from our YouTube channel for Fatma. It seems your program is centered on educating children about the country's flora and fauna, plus other activities. How's your plan of activities this year, considering the health situation?
Well, well, the Echo Kids program at first was more of a trial, and so that has worked out very well, extremely well. That we're thinking of taking the flower East Spring scientific trips and turning it into an online session as well. But with that said, we would try to actually have the campsite open up, but with a minimum participants, a small number of
Yeah.
participants joining in.
Lovely.
But we're still on a process of saying what is the best procedure, what is the right way to proceed with this.
Well, okay. Let me make an announcement here. I mean, you have to not announcement. Let me make a suggestion here. I've been haggling you, Fatima, that I would like to visit the campsite, and because I would like to have a sustainable event there. I had one. I had collaborated with Qatar Museums 2 years ago, and had one at Barzan in Al Mohammed, where Flowery Spring environmentalists came and identified each of the plants that were part in the compound of Barzan, which was fantastic. Now I would like to do something similar with you, where we get the kids of ISL prior to having them open the start
Launch.
the program. We'd like to come to your camp up north and let them feel the camp, let them know about the plants that you all have already planted before, so they get inspiration. What do you think,
Definitely, we'll be
Christina?
happy to have them. Definitely, and I look forward to having the campaign. Was it the program that you wanted to do where the children can come and plant some more trees and so forth in the campsite? Would be happy to have that
Yes,
as well. Anything
that
to
would be a bigger program. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. That
anything. Yes,
Thank you very much. I would love to go.
like I
Yes.
said, anything to educate the children on the environment, awareness on the environment, we will be happy to assist in any way we can. Definitely.
true. What would you like to? What do you say about that, Christina? It's
Yeah, I
your
mean, I'd
school.
love
Yeah.
to go. I think it's we need a hands-on experience, as you said before. I think it's very important for us to make sure that we're doing the right thing from the beginning. We understand about the needs of the plants as Ruba said, the conservation and how we're going to keep it, and how to devise a budget that is realistic to the needs of the forest. And the other projects that we are doing in the moment, while we are, waste, we are looking at suggestion of one of the parents that we are looking the electricity level, how much electricity we use in the school, how much paper we print and reduce it, have been reduced quite a lot, water. So things that the students can measure in the, the maths lessons, in the science lessons. So we can connect the curriculum to this project to make it more meaningful and more.
Yes, lovely. Talking of waste, we have Varda here. She is the co-founder of Wahab Food Heroes, and that's another fantastic initiative of Qatar. You need Christina. I mean, if you don't know her, I'd love to introduce you to her. She, when the schools are back at 50% or 70%, I would like to have her as a guest at your school, where she can introduce the school to the recycling program that they're doing.
Will be a
And
pleasure.
yeah, it'll be very nice.
Don't
Uh,
forget to me too. I want me to introduce me to her.
Absolutely. You already met her at my sustainability program 2 years ago. She was one of the participants
I
at
remember.
Barzan, yeah.
But
And
may I here add something to Ms. Warda comment? She's saying that how if they plant or they connected to children, if they are connected to food, they will
yeah,
preserve it more. And this is exactly some of our eco schools, what they've been doing. They've been doing planting, as even Christina mentioned, reusing reclaimed and materials from construction site, building these pots and planting their own food, herbs, tomato, and so on. And we have even greenhouses that are some of in our schools, like in Gems Academy. We have Qatar Leadership Academy, where they grow food, and they not only grow, they sell it, and they donate what they collected, donated to
yeah.
charity, and they
Wow.
hold whole feasts in their schools to their staff and parents out all of the food that they produce from their greenhouses. Another thing is that composting, food composting. We've seen like the School of Doha, where they started the initiative of collecting food waste and sending messages from the beginning, asking children to reduce their food waste, and the food, they are composting it, and they are using it for to plant more plant and to produce compost and sell it. And they did this beautifully in their school grounds. So these are very nice projects that is related to food, and they make them more appreciate their food. Of
So,
course, the beauty about the eco schools is that you take a subject, as we've mentioned before, a theme, and you tackle it from different sides. So the food, for instance, theme, they tackle it from waste and started composting. They tackle it from food production and climate change and school grounds to create more green spaces. And even we at our Congress, we held a Congress in 2019, where we gathered all schools and as a networking event, and we it was the first zero food waste event, where all of the food, the leftovers were composted and sent to a farm, and the good food were repackaged in biodegradable containers and sent for
wow.
donation to the
When,
QF work.
when
So
was this?
it was in September 2019, and please visit our website. We have a whole page there dedicated to the Congress with lovely videos and ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it
Great,
was beautifully
great,
done.
great timing talking about food wastage.
Yeah.
So, when they say when you do good, you shouldn't be, your right hand shouldn't know what your left hand is doing. But the reason I'm telling you these things is that I want to inspire people that what we had for the past couple of years, I've collaborated with many different community organizations to distribute Ramadan iftar meals. So sometimes what I'd do is I'd actually go and pick it up myself. Go and pick up a water bottle, some labna, and go to the Corniche and deliver it to different fishermen or some construction sites. Of course, it's quarantine now. It's Ramadan. It's Corona. So I'm looking to see how we can do this again this year, because it's still Ramadan. People are still fasting, whether Corona or no Corona. You know. So I'm reaching out to different people. I'm announcing it here. I've been part of the Wahab Food Heroes for a couple of years now, but I've also done this initiative on my own, and also with the lovely biker group in Qatar, where they actually go on bikes in the industrial area on their Harley Davidsons and distribute iftar meals, to different people. So it's going to be a difficult situation, task this year, but nothing is impossible, you see. And talking of nothing is impossible, we have a lovely friend here who's pitched it, who's come on board. He's Dr. Thierry Sales. He's the president of the Qatar Natural History Group. Yeah, and he's another person who has inspired me. I've announced this last year. I would like to start eco tours, eco trails with Theory and his team and other people who are interested. We go out in the desert. He's already doing it, but I want to do it my way, the Big B meetup way, the Big B photography way. We go and identify different plants and animals, and Theory's really inspired me actually. He's shown me the flower of Jericho. I never even knew it would be in Qatar. This is a lovely plant species that is actually dormant in the summer, and when the first drops of rain fall, it blooms. If I'm not wrong, Theory, please correct me, Dr. Theory. So that's another person I need to introduce to Cristina. I'm sure Ruba and the
Yes,
team know.
love him. Yeah.
So because these are people that need to inspire the school children, and we'd like to have them on board and to continue
Yes.
inspiring. On that note, I would like to have each one of y'all give us your message of love and peace and sustainability. Can we start with Ruba?
Message. I would really like. I'm sure that we are all aware that students and these young generation and the power of the youth, that they are our future leaders and they are our future decision makers and even parents. So we need to empower them with the right education and to take responsibility of their action and to show them and guide them the right way in how they can reconnect with nature. And it's not just for the planet or for the next generation, but it's for their own health and well-being, as it is for the health and well-being of our planet Earth. Because we've seen now with these pandemics and with these all extreme environmental phenomena, that like extreme heat waves and tsunamis and all of so the one with the poorest environmental conditions, they are the one who are suffering the most. So we are all aware of the importance of being more responsible, and this is our role now to teach children and the next generation all of this education and knowledge so that they can be more sustainability minded, more environmentally conscious, and more responsible.
Wow. Thank you. That's a lovely long message. I like that.
And happy Mother's Day, happy
Oh,
Women's Day, and happy
thank you, Ruba.
Water Day.
Thank you so much, Ruba. That was very nice of you. I completely forgot about the Women's Day and Mother's Day. Yes, and yeah, that's fantastic actually to have y'all two mothers
Also
here
for
on board.
thank you
Fatima,
very
what is
much.
Fatima? What is your message?
Well, for me, my message is to not only the community in Qatar, but the community around the world to um, help the children, encourage them on environmental values, because there's only so much we can do from our side. I will say children are very, very smart. I mean, we have parents saying, well, they're educating us on the environment that we did not know, but still encourage those environmental programs that are being offered to you to educate the children. And we what we do is we try to educate them on an early age so they can develop these pro-environmental behaviors, so they can have these types of mentality to allow a better future for them, not just for us, but for them. And my message is basically to encourage environmental behavior, environmental values, welcome these uh, how can I say this? Welcome the pure love that they have, the innocent love that they have about the environment. Just welcome it and let them observe it all in or spread it all out.
Lovely. Thank you, Fatima. That's a fantastic message. Thank you. Christina, I've saved the best for last, as they say.
Okay, hello. I think it's my message is that programs like yours and meeting people, lovely people like Ruben, Fatima, and all the audience here is revigorating. It's very inspiring, and not only for children, for us adults, for teachers, educators, and I think if we are here talking about not only saving the environment but save ourselves and help to make the inequality in the world lesser, the inequality in the world. I think that's very important. I think through developing our passions, our ambitions, and I think it's just I want to say that well done for everybody who spends their time on a Saturday evening. In many countries is weekend, and I think it's very important that you are here talking about it and discussing and getting ideas from each other, and just it's very inspiring. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Christina, I've been watching, I've been paying attention to that photograph behind on your wall. It's a lovely picture. I mean, these are my photographs. I'm a photographer, and as well as you are. Is that your photo? Have you clicked that picture?
Yes, this is my photograph. I took it with my mobile, and
Oh,
uh,
lovely.
yes, and I used to take lots of photographs with a camera, Nikon, and lenses and everything. And then I decided. I mean, I've been taking lots and lots of photographs of Qatar with my mobile, which is very easy to take because you have it on hands. And if you have the
Yes.
camera, sometimes you don't bring with you, and of course the resolution is different. You have to work out of different technical skills, but I've been so inspired by these last 7 months in Qatar, and I've been taking lots of photographs and painting and painting from photographs, photographs from the painting, and yes.
That's nice. That's lovely. So
Thank
you
you.
enjoy your time in Qatar, Christina, and
Thank you
welcome
very
to our
much.
to Qatar.
Okay.
And yeah, that's right. Sharpshooters International. What a lovely way to celebrate the month of March. Having female guest speakers every episode. Spot on. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Although we have, I mean, women are not the only sustainable people here. There are men also, but I was pushing to have an all female panel, and and I've not been, and I'm very impressed actually. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial by the three tutors on sustainability and eco schooling. So think sustainable and act even more sustainable, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you very
Masala.
much.